Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Andrew from American Musical Supply. I'm at the Apogee booth at NAMM 2023 with Seids. How are you doing?
Good.
It's good. It's great to meet you.
You too.
Thank you. So I know you've got quite a presence and following online and doing tutorials and teaching people, you know, the ins and outs of different pieces of equipment and different production techniques and things.
Yeah.
How did you get started doing that?
Yeah, started with like producing on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I actually was a singer, and COVID happened. I lost all my gigs, sulked at home for like 6 months. Then I decided I gotta do something else with my life. So started learning how to produce and really just started posting my journey on TikTok. And that's how everything kind of popped off for me.
Okay.
So it's kind of an accident. It was like a silver lining career.
Interesting. Like,
Yeah.
and how long did it take you to sort of see that and then realize, oh, I should ride this wave,
Yeah.
you know, or there's something here for me?
Well, for a while, so it kind of happened pretty quickly. So I was producing for 6 months and then started posting on TikTok, like before there was anyone I knew on TikTok. So I was just posting my journey and just using TikTok as a way to hold myself accountable, to create and learn something new. And I was just kind of posting what I was just learning, kind of.
Okay.
And so, you know, one of my first posts about a Logic Pro tip, Phineas commented on it and was like, damn. And I was like, wow, like I have something here. I'm gonna keep posting these tutorials because, you know, even like Grammy award-winning producers, they don't have time to follow up with their education or they don't want to read the updates or learn the updates. And I'm like, I could just post these quick tips for them to like see casually in their free time while they're scrolling along, and then they'll see like a Logic tip that might be helpful for them or for newcomers or just to make music production more approachable to more people.
Sure. Now, do you ever find like you kind of are always like, oh, what's the next idea, or you just have a constant stream of
I mean,
things?
yes, it's always hard to like constantly reinvent yourself. And like now, like there's a million people doing like, here's a quick Logic tip. So yeah, I mean, that's just like being an artist, right? In modern society, you have to always reinvent yourself and think of what's next. And that's what I tell people is the real skill, right? The real skill is coming up with these concepts and coming up with these hooks and ideas or songs or whatever, you know. We're all content creators as artists, right? We're creating content for the masses. So it can be daunting, but then you gotta just like take a minute to like brainstorm.
Right, sure.
Do some soul searching.
Right.
Pay attention to what people need. Pay attention to trends.
Right.
And then it all just kind of happens, you know?
So in terms of, you know, you mentioned you're a singer, a vocalist, and a songwriter, I assume.
Yeah.
Are you still, you know, do you find that this sort of cuts into your time to do that, or how do you balance the two?
So I try to make my content around what I'm doing.
Okay.
So when I'm working with brands or making posts, like I need content, music to talk about. So I always talk about like the songs I'm writing or the songs I'm working on. So they kind of motivate each other. Oh, I need to write something new. I can't use the same song every single time. So yeah, it kind of works out.
Okay.
But you know, like when you're writing songs, it's hard because it's like you go through your ebbs and flows of like I need to write songs more, and then sometimes the brands help me write more songs. Like if I'm making content for Splice and they're like, oh, use this hack to make a video, I'll actually get inspired by that because I had to make this for this video, and then I'm like, oh, I actually really like this. I'm gonna finish the song and release it on my own. And that's how I released my last song from a thing I needed to do. It's kind of like a school project.
Right, sure,
like,
sure.
So it all kind of like, I always tell people like, make content about things you're doing, things you're working on. It shouldn't feel like a chore. Just make it about what you're doing, you know?
Interesting. Okay, great. And then where can people find your music?
Seids on Spotify.
Okay.
I know people are always like, I've never heard any of your music. Well, I'm Seids on TikTok, I'm Seids on Instagram, and surprise, surprise, I am also Seids on Spotify.
Cool. Well, one more question for you.
Yeah.
You know, how did you get connected with, you know, American Musical Supply?
So it's so cool because someone that works for American Music Supply is also a TikTok fan and was on TikTok like at the start of my journey on TikTok. And at that time I was going live all the time for maybe like 10 people. And he was there, and I was just talking about gear, and he wanted to support my channel, so he reached out and he's like, hey, like what can I do to like support your channel? At that point I had just like the bare skeleton of a studio, and then he sent me some like monitors, and that was really helpful. So yeah, he was like one of the first brands I worked with, companies
cool.
I worked with.
Right on.
So
Well,
cool.
thank you. I want to thank you for your support for American
thank
Musical
you
Supply.
for your support.
Well, it's beneficial.
And for the community, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us here. So again, this is Seids, and you can check our music out on Spotify and other platforms. And then just if you want to shout out, you know, your TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, my TikTok Seids, YouTube Seids, Instagram Seids.
Okay. Everything.
Everything side. I like to think I'm pretty good with branding. Same picture on everything. Like, you can find me.
Okay, so go and check it out. And if you're interested in finding out about any of your gear needs and having those met, or even any Apogee products, you can head on over to AmericanMusical.com.
Hey.
Thank you.